A guild is an association of beings working together. In this small woodland I notice elder, brambles, sweet chestnut, cow parsley, all growing together densely. They're providing different things for animals, other plants, soil life, as well as us. Plants like to coexist with one another. Just like humans live in communities, we can arrange plants in our gardens in communities too, so they can support each other. Here in our back garden, this is our forest garden border. You can see the plum tree planted a couple of years ago. There's shrubs, there's things in the ground layer, flowers and herbs, and there's a compost bin. Let me introduce to you some of the things that we've got growing here. One thing I see as critical is supporting insects, particularly pollinators. We know the stories of bees in decline, but there's also hoverflies, loads of different types of wasps, ladybirds, and lots of other things. So 2 years ago, when we turned this from lawn into a more diverse planting, I focused first of all on plants that would provide lots of nectar and pollen. There's also plants to feed the soil. Whilst we do make our own compost from kitchen scraps and chicken bedding, it's useful to have extra plant material to add to the compost heap as greens, or just to use as surface mulch. Our garden's oriented north to south. It's nice to incorporate some shade, particularly for the heat of the summer. We've not had a lot of rain in the last few months, and these young plantings are doing just fine in the shade of the plum tree. I think if they're exposed in full sun, we might have had to water them. Hardly watered these at all. There's a tiny kale here that's suffering a little bit. Maybe I'll water that later. But it certainly helps that it's in the shade. Of course, there's food for us to eat as well. Roots from this skirret, there's leaves from broccoli, kale, herbs like mint, angelica, fennel, flowers that we add to salads. There's so much food in here, as well as all the other functions too.